Well, this CB300F has been a great bike for my wife Brooke to learn on. It's true, you meet the nicest people on a Honda. The bike was light and peppy enough to keep up on the highway, more than keep up in fact. But alas, it's finally time to let it go. You see, Brooke has been riding for a couple of seasons now, has tried other bikes, and has gotten pretty comfortable on our Harley Roadster, on the road. But she has also seen me having plenty of fun on my Tenere 700 in the dirt, and wants to give that a try. We have a lot of gravel and dirt roads as well as off-road trails, both where we live as well as around our cabin up north, and exploring them together seems like a fun thing to do. Also, we're planning an RV trip across Canada this summer, so for the past year we've been looking for a dual sport that we could load up on the back of the old Winnebago. Why not my Tenere, you ask? Any bike we put on there will have to be well under 400 pounds so as not to exceed the tongue weight of the hitch. So, in essence, we've been looking for a lightish, off-road capable, comfortable bike on which Brooke can learn to ride the dirt, which I could use for trails that are too tight and gnarly for my 450-pound Tenere, and which we could take with us on vacation and use to explore without having to drive the RV around everywhere. So we looked at the DRZ400 and WR250R, but both were just too tall for Brooke, who's 5'6½". The DR650 is a bit heavy, carbureted, and only has 5 speeds. The 690 and 701 were too tall, expensive, and definitely not bikes for someone just starting out in the dirt. The new KLX300 definitely got our attention, but then Honda decided to put an end to the conversation. Honda has had the CRF300L and 250L Rally in its lineup for a while, and those bikes were both interesting to us. But the update that Honda announced recently made them more than interesting. Both versions of the CRF received a bump in displacement in the shape of a 286cc motor, the same one in fact that powers Brooke's CB300F. That means more horsepower and more torque without having to change any parts and retune the bike. In addition, both bikes lost some weight, mostly due to changes in the frame. So the version of the 300L ABS that's coming to Canada is now supposed to weigh 311 pounds with its 8-liter tank full, and the Rally comes in at 335 pounds with its much bigger 12.8-liter tank. The tank, by the way, gives the Rally a range of around 400 kilometers or 250 miles, provided you're keeping the speeds under 90 kilometers per hour, about 55 miles per hour. Cool, sign us up. These are both reputed to be capable trail bikes that are also very forgiving for beginners. Their seat heights are under 35 inches, the lowest in the class, and there are already companies offering accessory seats that drop that by as much as 2.5 inches. Both bikes offer in the neighborhood of 10 inches of travel and almost 11 inches of ground clearance. Finally, we already know the motor, and while it won't set your hair on fire, it's totally capable of keeping up a good pace on the road even with both of us on the bike. I weigh 180 pounds and Brooke weighs 120, and while none of these bikes are ideal for two-up riding, they are capable of doing it if need be. In actual off-road situations, the bike will only ever carry one of us anyways. The only remaining question was which one of these two bikes to put a deposit on. I called my local Honda dealer and found out that most of the less expensive 300L non-ABS models were already spoken for, but the ABS version as well as the Rally, which only came with ABS, were still available. In case you haven't heard, off-road vehicles have been selling in record numbers lately as folks have leftover money from all those vacations they've cancelled due to the pandemic. So if you want a dual sport or dirt bike, better put your deposit down quickly. Also, used bike prices are more inflated than GameStop stock, so this is one of those rare times where it might be more cost efficient to buy new. So which one to buy? The regular L is lighter, thinner, has better visibility off-road because it doesn't have a fairing, and has less pretty plastics to break when it inevitably gets dumped on the trail. On the other hand, the Rally has way more range and much better weather protection. In the end, we decided on the Rally. Yes, we know the regular L would be slightly easier to ride, but Brooke will use this bike on longer camping trips and adventures where the extra range will come in handy. And this is Canada, and if you live in a colder climate, you know that weather protection makes a huge difference in how much and how long you ride your motorcycle. Take some wind off your chest and legs and you can extend your season by a few extra weeks in the spring and in the fall, and increase your general enjoyment of motorcycling considerably because you're not freezing in those early mornings or late evenings. Of course, we'll throw a few accessories on this bike to improve its comfort and crash resistance. I hear the bash plate is plastic, so we'll have to look for a nice aluminum one. Likewise, we'll need some engine guards to protect those nice plastics. We'll use the Barkbusters off Brooks' current bike in place of those flimsy stock plastic handguards. We'll also explore some luggage options, although the bags off Brooks' current bike will do for now. Finally, for comfort, we'll get the Oxford heated grips, and for Brooks' confidence, we'll pick up a lower saddle. I have Oxfords on my bike, and while they don't look super integrated on the handlebar, they keep your hands very toasty indeed. As for the seat, we are looking for a good one to try out, so if you know one that fits the new 2021 Rally model, please share in the comments. Even better, if you have a company that makes one, drop me an email. I'd love to review it on the channel, and that goes for bash plates and engine guards as well. So there it is. The deposit is down and I'm told the bike should be here in 4 to 6 weeks. Hopefully the Honda 4 to 6 weeks isn't like the Yamaha 4 to 6 weeks, which was actually more like 16 weeks. Stay tuned for lots of CRF300L Rally content coming up. We'll accessorize it, ride it on-road, ride it off-road, take it motorcycle camping, take it RV camping to the prettiest parts of Canada. We're hoping to make it to the West Coast this year. And compare it to the Tenere for those of you who care about such things. So there's a well-used and well-loved Honda CB300F for sale in the Toronto area, and we're both excited to try out this new very light adventure bike with massive ground clearance and suspension travel. It may very well be the world's most off-road capable adventure motorcycle, and no, I'm not including dual sports among adventure bikes. A real adventure bike has good weather protection and a decent sized tank, which most dual sports lack. And let's face it, this thing is pretty sweet looking. It looks like a desert rally racer. So stay tuned for lots of adventuring coming up on the channel and lots of detailed info on this new model. So are you looking around for off-road vehicles and having a hard time finding one right now? Would you consider these CRF300s or the new KLX300, or do you have an eye on something else entirely? Let us know in the comments, and whether you ride dirt or the tarmac, be safe out there and have fun. If you're interested in any of the gear that Brooke and I wear or use, or the camera equipment we use to film this channel, the links are below. Everything listed there was bought with our own money and we are not sponsored by any company. However, the links below are affiliate links and the channel is paid a small amount for referring you to shop at no additional cost to you. We do not recommend any products that we are not satisfied with ourselves, but we do strongly urge you to do your research and select the correct size for items like helmets and clothing. As always, thanks for watching, your support is greatly appreciated. Please hit that subscribe button, give the video a thumbs up, and leave a comment below. And whatever you ride, enjoy it. Wave at other bikers no matter what they're riding. We're all part of a brotherhood and sisterhood. Keep the rubber side down, shiny side up, and may the spokes be with you.